Are you an established small business owner or aspiring entrepreneur? Would you like professional advice to help your business grow and succeed? Well, look no further. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center is the territory's #1 resource to move your business forward. Enjoy no-cost advising, low-cost training, and technical assistance from experts in both the public and private sectors. The VISBDC is nationally accredited and sustained by the University of the Virgin Islands and the U.S. Small Business Administration. Visit us at our locations on St. Thomas, St. John, or St. Croix, and follow us on social media at VISBDC. For easy access to all our training and networking events, be sure to join our newsletter and download the VISBDC app. The Virgin Islands Small Business Development Center, here to help your business start, grow, and succeed.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the VISBDC's hosting of Leveraging AI for Small Business Longevity series. Today's session is entitled Intro to AI and the Business Life Wheel. In this kickoff session, we'll explore the artificial intelligence, what artificial intelligence really is, and how small business owners can begin using it to save time, boost productivity, and reduce overwhelm. We'll introduce the Business Life Wheel, a powerful diagnostic tool that helps entrepreneurs assess 8 key areas of their business. Participants will learn how to use ChatGPT and other AI tools to clarify goals, identify growth opportunities, and make smarter decisions at every stage of their business journey. Allow me to introduce today's presenter, VISBDC advisor, Celia Kalusek. Celia Kalusek is a business consultant, educator, and lifelong learner dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and organizations harness innovation for growth. As owner of Peak Potential LLC and a facilitator for the USVI Small Business Development Center, Celia specializes in professional development, digital literacy, and workforce advancement across the Virgin Islands. With over 30 years of experience in business management, community development, and nonprofit leadership, included 10 years as the director of the St. John Community Foundation, she has guided countless small business owners through strategic planning, operational streamlining, and now the practical use of artificial intelligence to save time, increase productivity, and boost creativity. Celia is passionate about helping entrepreneurs tap their potential through collaboration, innovation, and lifelong learning. Here's a friendly reminder to put your questions in the chat, and they will be addressed by the presenting team either directly in the chat or later during a question and answer segment. A copy of today's presentation will be attached to the post-survey email after this live session. We encourage you to take a few minutes of your time to briefly fill out the survey that lets us know how we're doing. This data is essential to us rendering these deliverables complimentary to you. So without further ado, Celia, the floor is yours.
There we go. Hi, welcome everyone. And thank you for joining me for this session on how to reimagine your business with AI and the Business Life Wheel. As Sharika said, I'm Celia, facilitator for today's AI Advantage workshop and owner of Peak Potential LLC. I'm also the St. John SBDC Business Advisor and the Program Manager here at the UVI St. John CRDC, which is the Community Resource and Development Manager. And today we're going to look at how artificial intelligence, or AI, can help small business owners work smarter, not harder. This isn't about robots or replacing people, but let's be honest, AI will reshape some jobs. It is changing the way work gets done. The difference is this. People who learn to use AI won't be replaced by it. They'll be the ones getting things done more efficiently and replacing outdated ways of doing business. So let's get started on seeing what's possible when you bring technology and intention together. Let's do this, and we're off. All right. We'll cover three things today. What AI really is. It's simply software that learns from data and patterns to help us make better decisions. AI isn't new, and it's been around for decades. But what has changed and what everybody's talking about now is something called generative AI. That's the kind that doesn't just analyze information, it can actually create things, images, texts, code, even marketing ideas. It's like having a creative assistant who never runs out of energy or patience. And yes, AI is already helping people save time, reduce overwhelm, and grow smarter. A US Chamber of Commerce study shows that over half of small businesses are already using some form of AI, and nearly 80% believe that it will be essential to their growth. McKinsey and PricewaterhouseCoopers report similar findings worldwide, saying that companies that integrate AI into daily decision-making see faster growth and less burnout because they are automating routine work and freeing up human creativity. And finally, we'll look at some platforms and some of the specific tools that are driving this change. You've probably heard the names ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Anthropic Claude, and Perplexity AI. These are examples of generative AI platforms. They act like virtual collaborators. You type a question or request, and they respond instantly with drafts, ideas, or provide various forms of analysis that you can then refine. Once you know how to prompt them clearly, they can save hours of work while improving creativity and consistency. I've just covered some of the basics about what AI is, how it's being used, and which tools are leading the way. So let's look at some of the goals I've outlined for this session. We've got three main goals today, and they're all about helping you use AI in your business. The first goal is to build a working understanding of AI, not to become expert in every tool out there because there are thousands and new ones pop up every week, but to understand how to approach them intelligently. By the end of the session, I want you to feel confident recognizing the potential of AI tools to see where they could help you do what you do better. And if you don't know exactly how, you'll at least know how to ask the right questions to find out. That's the real skill, learning how to ask AI for what you need and how to evaluate what it gives you. The second goal is to introduce the business life wheel. This is a framework that helps you look at your business as a complete system, not just one department or one aspect of what needs to get done. Sometimes what looks like a marketing issue is really an operations gap, or what feels like a financial challenge is actually about capacity or workflow. The business life wheel helps you see those connections, and we'll talk about where AI can best support each area. The third goal is to show you how to make AI part of your ongoing rhythm, something that works quietly in the background, saving you time and simplifying your work. We'll look at a few examples of prompts that you can use right away and some inspiring ideas for weaving AI into your weekly planning or creative process. So now let's move into the next part, breaking down what AI actually is, where you've probably been using it all along, and how it works in practical business terms. Artificial intelligence simply means technology that can recognize patterns, learn from information, and make decisions or suggestions, much like we do, only faster and across much larger amounts of information than any one person could find or handle. And here's something that most people don't realize. You've been using AI for years. Spell check in Word, predictive text on your phone, spam filters in your email, Google Maps rerouting you when you lost your way. Those are all forms of AI. We just didn't call it that. This new wave, what we're calling generative AI, takes it further. It doesn't just analyze data, it can generate. It can create, write, design, brainstorm, prompt, summarize, even code. That's what tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Claude do. They turn data into ideas you can actually use. The key to success isn't having the most advanced tool. It's knowing how to direct it. You think of AI like an incredibly smart intern. It works fast, they work fast, but it needs clear instructions. You guide it and it grows with you. Whoops, one of those didn't show up, but we'll make sure. Let's see if nope, I'm going to go back again and back again. Let's go backwards. Whoops. How do I go backwards? Oh, let's do this. All right. Okay. Ignore that white box, and we'll fill it in with concepts. When people first start using AI, they're often surprised by how quickly it can help them make sense of information. Think about this. When you do a Google search, you get a list of links, and that's what's supposed to be in that little white box. But I know you've seen it a million times. You get a list of links, many of them sponsored or filled with ads, and then you have to click, skim, and piece everything together. That can take a lot of time, and you're still not sure which sources are the most relevant to you. So maybe that blank white box isn't such a mistake. You're still kind of left in the dark. AI works differently. Instead of sending you out to search, it actually reads and processes information for you. It analyzes patterns, summarizes what it finds there, and gives you a direct, objective response. So when we say AI can help you with things like budget templates, business strategy outlines, or competitive positioning, we mean it can sift through more data than any of us could process manually and return an overview that helps you decide what to do next. Better yet, the more you tell it about your business, the more focused answers it will provide. And they will be targeted and relevant to your business. It's not making the decisions for you, but it's giving you better information faster so you can make smarter decisions. It helps you see your choices more clearly, and in small business, clarity is power. When people ask me why small business owners should learn how to use AI, I always come back to this simple truth. It's one of the easiest ways to save time, energy, and money. 3 things that we never seem to have enough of. AI can take over the repetitive tasks that eat up your day, things like scheduling, summarizing, or basic data entry. So you can focus on the work that actually moves your business forward. As I've said, AI helps you make better decisions faster. Instead of spending hours researching or comparing options, AI can organize that information for you, highlight key points, and help you see patterns that aren't obvious at first glance. And for planning and marketing, it's like having a built-in support system. You can use it to brainstorm campaign ideas, repurpose content, or map out a schedule, all while cutting down the time that you spend in front of the screen. For solopreneurs or small teams, this can be a game changer. When you're wearing 5 different hats, AI helps you keep things organized, consistent, and a little less overwhelming. So that's why it matters. It's not about doing more. It's about balancing priorities and freeing up space to think, create, and connect. And speaking of balance, let's take that idea a little deeper, because your business isn't just about a list of tasks or goals. It's part of a much bigger picture. To see that clearly, we're going to look at something called the life wheel. It's a simple but powerful way to understand how all parts of your life and business fit together. And we did it again. Okay, let me go back to, that's the business life wheel. I'm sorry. When I ran this through, it came up really nicely. So imagine this. A wheel with 8 sections of the wheel. And actually what I'll do is I'll show you what the business life wheel looks like. This is a business life wheel. Just imagine for your personal life wheel that it has your, instead of marketing and financials and operations, it has health, relationship, finances. The key here is in your personal life wheel that you have imagined, the career is just one slice of the wheel, not the whole thing. But for many of us, especially as entrepreneurs, that one slice can easily expand and start taking over the rest. When you access these slides on your own, you'll see this life wheel. The main point is that I want you to pause and rate each area honestly to see where your wheel might be rolling smoothly and where it may be a little wobbly. Because awareness lets you make better choices, where to focus your time and energy. Maybe you're thriving at work, but your health or relationships have taken a back seat. Or maybe you're showing up for everyone else, but forgetting to recharge your own energy. True success comes from balance, when your personal life and professional life support each other rather than compete. When we're rested, centered, and connected, our creativity expands, our decisions get sharper, and our leadership gets stronger. That's why I always start with the personal life wheel, and you'll see that in the slides when you access them. And here's where it connects to what we're doing today. In the business life wheel, you use the same concept to look at the parts that keep your company running. Just like in life, when one area is weak, the whole wheel starts to wobble. Each section represents one of the 8 essential areas that keep your business running smoothly: marketing, financials, operations, boundaries and balance, products and services, technology, human resources, and strategy or vision. Think of this like a diagnostic tool for your business. When all the sections are strong, your wheel spins smoothly. But if one area is flat or underdeveloped, the whole ride gets bumpy. You'll notice that it's designed from 0 at the center to 10 at the outer edge. You can sketch your own version, download a template, or even ask AI to generate one tailored to your business. When you rate each area of the wheel honestly, it helps you celebrate what's working and identify where you may need to focus next. Maybe your marketing is thriving, but your technology feels outdated. Maybe your operations are strong, but you're struggling with boundaries and balance. This simple visual helps you see the whole picture, not just what's urgent today, but what's truly important for long-term sustainability. And that's the best part. You can actually turn this wheel into a living management system. It's a way to organize your ideas, files, and AI chat so you can track progress in each and every area. That's what we're going to explore next. Now that you've rated your business life wheel, it's time to bring those insights to life. Reflection is power, but only if you turn it into action. So the next step is starting to document what you see. Create one simple document or folder where you can assess each area of management, things like marketing or operations, etc. In each section, write down 2 things. 1, where you are right now. And second, what a perfect 10 would look like. Don't overthink it. This is just about capturing your current reality and your ideal vision. Then, when you move into your AI platform, you'll use that information as context. AI can help you clarify what that perfect 10 really looks like for your kind of business. What systems, habits, or outcomes define excellence in that area. The more detail you give it, the better its feedback becomes. And here's the key: keep refining it. This isn't about a one-time exercise. It's something that grows with you as your business grows. As it evolves, your definition of a 10 will shift too. And that's exactly what you want. Now, this is where things get fun. Once you've mapped out your business life wheel and described where you are and where you want to go, you can start using and setting up your AI workspace, your virtual headquarters. Begin by creating a business project or space. And after I run through these 4 points, I'm going to click on this link down below to show you what it actually looks like. So let me get through these 4 points, then I'll share, and then I'll ask questions. I'll open it up for questions. As I said, you'll begin by creating a business project, that's in ChatGPT, or a space, and that's in Perplexity, inside whatever AI platform you use. First, you'll briefly describe your business, what you do, where you're located, who you serve, how long you've been operating, maybe even the size of your team. That gives your AI tool a clear sense of context. Then create a separate chat or thread for each area of management. And again, I'll show you one for marketing, one for operations, one for financials, and so on. Think of them like departments in your business. Each has its own conversation going. Now, let's take a look at that in Perplexity. I am going to see. All right. Can you see that perplexity screen, Sharika?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good. That worked smoothly. This I set up in Perplexity. My ChatGPT has got hundreds of chats and threads, so it would be very confusing. But this is a very basic. In Perplexity, you move over to this area called Spaces, and I set up one for my personal life wheel, so I can talk about what's going on in each of those areas of management. And then I set up this one for my business life wheel. And each time I start in here in the chat box, I type in the next area of management. I've set one up for financials. I've set one up for operations. I've set one up for marketing. So the first prompt you put in here, you just keep building on that. Does anybody have any questions about setting up the different chats or threads in one of your AI platforms?
Okay, safe to say I don't see any questions at this time or any hands raised.
Awesome. 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 Now, go back to the notes that you made, your where I am now and what a perfect 10 looks like, and add information into each chat so AI understands your current state and your goals. From there, you can start asking AI to help bridge the gap. It can brainstorm strategies, suggest systems, or even draft templates and checklists for you. Each chat becomes its own ongoing record showing where you start and how you're improving over time. It's like building your own business coaching team and personalized to you, available 24/7, already familiar with your business. Once your AI chats are set up, the real magic happens through your prompts, the questions and instructions you give it. A good prompt is like a well-framed question to a mentor or advisor. The more clearly you explain what you're looking for, the better guidance you'll get back. Here's a great starting point for any area of your business life wheel. Tell AI who you are, where you are, and what you're trying to do or define. For example, you might say, I own a small design business here in the Virgin Islands and I'm evaluating my business life wheel. Help me define what a 10 out of 10 would look like in marketing and operations or in operations. Then ask it to describe what excellent would look and feel like, what systems, habits, and results would show that part of your business is strong and sustainable. And next, this is key. Ask it to turn the conversation around and ask you questions back. Something like, now ask me 3 clarifying questions to help refine this until it fits my goals and values. That turns AI into a coach rather than just a search tool. It's no longer giving you generic advice. It's co-creating something that's specific for you. In the next few slides, I'll show you examples of how to use this same prompt for specific areas of management, like marketing, operations, and financials. So you can start building out your own business life wheel, one area of management conversation at a time. And don't worry about these. You're gonna have copies to these slides. So if it goes too fast or you can't write them down fast enough, you'll have access to them. And I'm breaking all rules in PowerPoint presentations by putting too much information on a slide. But like I said, you'll have access to these. Here's an example from marketing. The bold area says branding and messaging to lead generation, customer engagement, and reputation. That's the customized section of this generic prompt that I shared on the last slide. In the prompt for operations, you might include something like, consider how we manage workflow, communications, systems, and time into the prompt to get a response that will help you in those areas. And again, it shows the follow-up questions that can help you define and tell AI where you really are and what they need to know or what AI needs to know to give you a really good answer. This is another example for your financial area of management. And it asks, help me define what a 10 out of 10 would look like in my financial management. Describe the habits, reports, and systems that would show I'm confident and in control of my money. And it'll give you the answers. And again, keep asking and redefining and asking more and say, what does that mean? How would I do that? So it just becomes like a coaching team discussion. In the prompt for technology, you might ask, What tools, automations, or integrations would make my operation smooth and connected? Keep asking follow-up questions about what AI gives you. You can ask how to use these tools, how much it costs to upgrade from the free version, or even if you need to. Again, you'll have access to these slides, so don't worry about me going too fast and missing something. But I will stop here and ask if you have any questions about prompts for the different areas of management and or the chat threads and spaces.
Okay, still pretty quiet. I don't see any hands
Alrighty,
raised, and
alrighty.
we don't have anything in the chat.
Okay, perfect. I know that I'm throwing a lot of information and it's probably something that you're going to have to review again. I still learn something new every day. So let's move on to where your business life wheel really starts to take shape, where all that reflection turns into something practical. The goal is simple. Make it easy to find everything that matters in your business. Start by mirroring your business life wheel in your digital workspace. If you've got 8 sections in your life wheel, create 8 spaces in your system. That might be folders in Google Drive or OneDrive or boards in tools like Monday.com or Trello, whatever fits how you already work. And if you don't have a digital space that you're working in, let AI guide you to one that feels right for you. Then give everything a home. Your documents, your standard operating procedures, AI notes, ideas, and progress updates, all organized by area. And then as you grow, these spaces become a living record of your business, showing how each area strengthens over time. The real secret is consistency, using clear naming and similar structure in every section so your systems don't just look good, they work. It might look like this. This is my Google Drive, and I have a folder for my business life wheel. I have 8 folders for 8 areas of management. And in each folder, I've got something, all of the documents that are related to that by topic. And this is the payoff. It's when everything has a place. Your mind feels clearer, your business runs smoother, and progress becomes visible instead of scattered and all over the place. It's amazing how much calmer and more creative you can feel when your digital world finally matches your big picture vision. It's not all up in your head. It's organized and you can see it. Now, here's where it gets even better. As you keep working with AI, think of it as a living, learning partner that grows alongside your business, one that you don't have to pay. Each time you update your chats or add new details, you're teaching it more about how you think, what you value, and where you're heading. So let's keep feeding it information. What's working, what's not, what you're celebrating, and what you're still figuring out. Over time, your AI workspace stops being just a set of tools. It becomes a reflection of your journey. It connects the dots between your ideas and your actions, offering advice that becomes more personalized and insightful because it's learning from you. And as that happens, you can start using AI to track your progress, asking it to summarize accomplishments, create checklists, or highlight how far you've come in each area of management. This is where the magic really happens. You're not just using AI to manage your business, you're using it to grow smarter, gain more clarity, and become more confident with every step. So keep showing up, keep refining, and keep the conversation going, because the more you engage with it, the more it evolves with you. All right, that wraps up this section on organizing your system and setting your foundation. And Sharika, I'm just going to let you, if a question pops up into the box, feel free to interrupt my flow. And for now, we'll just look at how we can use prompts to guide those AI conversations and bring each area of your business to life. Feel free to drop questions in the box in the chat, and Sharika will just stop me when something comes up that I can provide more clarity on. And speaking of clarity, once you know which areas need work, the next step is clarity. Vague goals create vague results. You can prompt AI to help you refine goals. For example, act as a small business coach. Based on these priorities, help me define 3 90-day goals that are specific and measurable. AI will push you to be clear and realistic. And that's the moment that vague intention becomes focused direction. Once your goals are clear, you can start thinking about growth. Ask AI for ideas. Like, what are 5 growth opportunities for my small business in the Virgin Islands that want to expand without adding overhead? It will scan existing data and patterns and then offer creative direction, maybe partnerships, digital products, or recurring revenue models. You still apply your knowledge and instincts to decide which fit. This is where AI's creative side shines. Give it context. I offer these products or services. What low-cost, high-value add-on could I introduce to increase income? Because AI is trained on millions of examples, it can connect dots that you might overlook. You'll get ideas quickly, and sometimes they'll spark something that makes you think of something you would have never have thought of before. And then you can go ahead and increase your income with those ideas. Now, take one of those ideas and turn it into a SMART goal. I'm sure we've all heard of SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. You can ask a simple question like, help me grow my business, and turn that into a SMART goal. You might get something like, increase monthly sales by 15% by March 2026 through a subscription service and a social media campaign. Now that's clear, it's measurable, and it's actionable. You can even take it further and say, tell me how to do that, and keep asking questions until it can narrow it down to a checklist, step by step, of what you need to do to make that happen. AI can also act as your research analyst. Analyst? There you go. Ask it to summarize market trends, pricing models, or even create a SWOT analysis. For example, generate a SWOT for my business based on my business life wheel assessment. It won't replace market research, but it will give you a head start and save hours and hours of digging. Why I said put your business life wheel assessment in there, because as you rate it, you will automatically see what your strengths and weaknesses are. But ChatGPT or Perplexity or one of the other AI platforms can actually really dive down in deeper and pull out the opportunities and the potential threats. One habit that separates busy owners from strategic leaders is the CEO day, one of my favorites. Time set aside to work on the business, not just in it. Ask AI, help me design a 2-hour CEO day agenda focused on reviewing metrics, goals, and strategy. AI will then build a routine that you can refine to what feels right for you. That consistency keeps your wheel rolling smoothly. Your business life wheel is not something just to check into once a year like an annual employee assessment. This is something that you need to keep active every day or weekly, but just often. So, got that.
We have
You
a
can
question
even
for
use,
you.
okay, what's that?
Someone is asking, can you save the info that AI gives you?
Yes, AI, and that's why we set it up in chats, in different threads. It automatically stays in that chat for as long as you have that AI. And what I normally do and why we set up the folders on your desktop or whatever digital workspace that you're working on, I copy and paste that information into documents. You can actually ask AI, take this response and turn it into a Word document that I can download. So you can do it a number of different ways. So yes, save it in your chats, but also put it in a digital workspace so you always have access to it. And actually you're building something so that when you do have employees, or if you already have employees, they can access that standard operating procedure, or they can access that opening policy or your employment guidelines. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
Thumbs
does.
up.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Sounds
Thank you.
you're welcome. Now, you can use AI as an accountability partner. And it's funny because I'm an accountability partner and I have been for years for a lot of my clients. And we literally check in once a week, and the things that they said that they wanted to accomplish in their business, I ask them if they were able to do it. And if so, yay, what do we do next? And if not, why not? What's stopping them? What's blocking them? So you can use AI as a daily assistant or an accountability partner. For instance, you can prompt it by saying, every Monday, ask me 3 questions to help me stay on track with my goals. It may check in on your priorities or remind you of deadlines that you've already talked about in other chats. That gentle prompting keeps momentum up without pressure. When you hit a decision block, AI can act as a neutral advisor. You can say, I'm deciding between outsourcing my social media or hiring in-house. Please list the pros and cons for each based on cost and control. In seconds, you'll see your choices organized clearly, and that clarity can help you move forward confidently. And again, if you don't like the answers, keep asking more, because it will dial it down as the more clear and specific you get. AI is also great for simplifying routines. You can say, give me a 3-step workflow to manage my email, calendar, and tasks efficiently. You'll get practical structure you can adjust to your style. Little efficiencies like this compound over time, meaning less stress and more space to think. This workflow, it can send you down a whole nother rabbit hole and give you a lot of information that's good to work on. Now, let's land this plane with a quick recap of where we've been. We started by demystifying AI, that, what it is, why it matters, and how it's different from a Google search. Then we shifted from concepts to clarity with the personal life wheel and the business life wheel. 2 simple visuals that help you see where your business and life is running smoothly and where it's a little wobbly. From there, we turned reflection into action. You set up a working plan, created AI chats by areas of management, and you organized your files and systems so every idea has a home. Then we looked at prompt styles that turn AI into a thoughtful coach, not just a search box. And we explored practical ways to use it for growth, opportunities, research, planning, and daily momentum. Bottom line, today was about building a foundation, so AI becomes a quiet partner that helps you think clearer, act faster, and stay balanced as you grow. 3 big takeaways to carry forward. 1, start simple and stay consistent. You don't need every tool, you need a rhythm. Mirror your wheel, give each area a home, and keep adding context so AI learns with you. 2, AI is leverage, not replacement. It won't run your business, but it will save you time, reduce overwhelm, and sharpen decisions when you guide it well. 3, build 1 slice at a time. Use prompts to define what a perfect 10 looks like. Ask for next steps and track progress. Small, steady wins add up fast. If you focus on these 3 habits, bringing order, asking smarter questions, and staying curious, what you do in your business will become more clear. I fully trust that it and you will be calmer and grow stronger week by week. So, wondering if you have any questions on this and what we've gone before. If I need to go back and revisit anything, let me know. And if I don't hear anything,
Yeah, total
I
silence.
think,
You can continue.
okay. We got either I'm really, really good or everybody's overwhelmed. So I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And let's see, and hope you found this helpful. You'll have access to the slides so you can copy and paste the prompts and review how to set up chats and folders. And in our next session, we'll take this foundation and apply it to specific areas of management and outcomes. I'll show you how to use AI to turn your wish lists and your action items into measurable results across your operations, financials, and strategy, and more. Before we wrap up, let's take a minute to think about what you'll actually do first. You've been awful quiet in this session, so maybe you're working busily behind the scenes, because what makes I powerful isn't just knowing about it and hearing about it, it's actually using it. You don't have to do everything at once. Maybe you'll just start with one chat, your marketing chat or your operations chat, whatever feels easiest, or maybe what you need the help with most. Maybe you decide to create a folder or a workspace for your business life wheel and start capturing ideas to use as context later. The important part is to start. Each small step builds confidence, and each conversation you have with AI teaches it more about how to help you. So go ahead, pick one thing you'll try this week, write it down, say it out loud, or drop it in the chat box. That first move is how you turn insight into progress. I want to give you a sneak peek at what's coming next in this series. Today was actually the series kickoff. We learned what AI really is and how to begin weaving it into your business using the Business Life Wheel as your guide. Monday, I jumped ahead to the first deep dive into a few of the areas of management, exploring financials, operations, and strategy. I explained exactly how AI can help you understand your numbers, document your systems, and align everyday actions with your big picture goals. In our third session coming up next week, we'll shift gears into marketing, sales, and customer service. How to use AI to write posts, emails, customer messages that sound like you, but take a fraction of the time. And finally, we'll close with the fourth session in the series on team management, technology, and work-life balance. It's my favorite topic. All about using AI to work smarter, collaborate better, and carve out more time for what really matters to you. Each session builds on the one before it. So by the end, you'll have a full circle system for using AI to strengthen every part of your business, from strategy to self-care. So if you've enjoyed today's session, make sure to look for Monday's session, and Sharika will tell you how. Then join me again next week. So thank you and see you soon.
Okay, so we have arrived at our question and answer segment, and you can go ahead and type your questions into the chat. But while you're doing that, I can provide some information on our center, and we can preview other upcoming events. So the VI SBDC has so much more in store for you as VI small businesses. You can visit our website at www.visbdc.org. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to the VI SBDC YouTube channel for new uploads of our webinars. We encourage you to download the VI SBDC app from on your mobile device from the appropriate app store. And I see some things populating up in the chat.
Oops.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Okay, so
That's okay.
let me move on
I
over
can
to
look
the
at the chat box now.
We had some comments, Celia, talking about great slides. Your presentation was very clear. Someone shared about them being a procrastinator, and I need the accountability AI. Okay,
Yes.
great job presenting the business life wheel. The explanation was clear and insightful. Thank you. Greetings all the way from Puerto Rico. Thank you for joining us today.
Nice.
Okay, so while you guys continue to populate those comments in our chat box, I'm just gonna go over, Celia, and share my screen, take everyone over to the VI SBDC training portal so you
Okay.
can see how to get access to these events in terms of registration. So I want
All right.
you to pay attention to my screen. And after today's live session, you can select the on-demand format. You can hit search, and this is where the pre-recorded sessions will appear. So thus far, Celia already touched on AI in financials, operations, and strategy. We had our USPTO present on trademark basics. And yesterday we had Liza, as she talked about smart spending for small businesses, marketing out of the box. And then if you want to see our upcoming events, here within iShot, we have Celia returning on the 27th. She's going to be presenting AI in marketing, sales, and customer service. We actually have an in-person event happening right here on St. Thomas in our center in the Eastern Training Room. It's in collaboration with VIU said. Our session will be focused on workplace forward, evolving hiring and management practices. Our Agriculture Business Center is also hosting trainings. You can register for those if you know any farmers and fishers, point them into this direction. They will be focusing on agribusiness financial training, primarily in inventory and balance sheets. There's a part one, there's a part two. You can have them sign up for those hybrid meetings. On the 28th, we have our USPTO, and they're going to be presenting to small business owners, teaching you guys how to learn how to contract with the USPTO. On October 29th, we switch it back to marketing, and our SPDC advisor, Liza, will be talking about keeping your small business relevant. And to close off October, the USPTO will be talking about maintaining your federal trademark registration. So the majority of our webinars start at 11 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, and we have a full calendar, and this carries us all the way up to December. So go ahead and register in advance for those events, and we look forward to seeing you join us. So I'm going to switch back over just so I can see what the chat has been saying, Celia, so I can get you questions. Okay. Okay, so I'll sidebar in terms of getting these webinars up. The on-demand format looks pretty much like as if you were signing up for an event. Let me share my screen one more time. Sorry, Celia.
No, you're fine.
Just want to make sure everyone gets this info. So what happens is when you select on demand, I'm not logged into my account, but it will be the same steps you took to register for a live event. So you click on the event, you will have to sign up. And then when you sign up, you log into your account. You should get an email. It will have the Zoom link as well as the passcode. And that's how you view the recording. Okay. So let me start sharing. Okay. Greetings from New York. Karen has been with us a long time. She's always present and ready to learn and engage and giving us feedback directly in the chat. Thank you for that. Awesome. And then we have one of our clients. They're going to be going back into the presentation file for a deep dive. Just a friendly reminder, we're going to send out that post survey email. You will get a copy of today's presentation. And we ask you to fill out that survey that lets us know how we're doing so we can render these services complimentary to you. Okay, Celia, more kudos. You are awesome. Thank you. And so, yes, on demand, I show you guys how to access that. So, any more questions for Celia? If you want to ask directly in terms of you unmuting your mic, this is the time. Just raise your hand and you can ask Celia anything you need to know directly. Okay. Celia, you did a wonderful job.
All right. Well, thank
clear,
you.
concise. Everyone followed along. Thank you for that. Okay. So once again, we thank you for your time and attendance. And on behalf of the entire VISBDC network here in the U.S. Virgin Islands, we want to wish you a productive rest of day and take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.